Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an astonishing night filled with battle today. Because this is going to be a battle for the crown. And welcome, guys, to ISF Pakistan 2025 Road to World Esports Championship hosted by Pakistan Esports Federation. From the casting deck, this is going to be me, Mikey, along with Asteria, and we're going to be seeing some amazing matches today for sure. Asteria.
Exactly. I completely agree with you on this. And if I'm not wrong, the team who would be winning tonight would be adhering the name Team Pakistan, and then they would be moving on to the next stage. And since this is the grand finale, we all are expecting spectacular matches from both the team. And in the previous rounds as well, the Cars and Team Master have shown us some spectacular matches along with aggression. And the Cars in the previous round had won it by 2-0. Along with Team Master, they had the same score, that is 2-0. Mikey.
Absolutely. They have shown their proficiency over here that they know what they're doing. Both of them just went on in the best of three series, getting two wins. And right now, both of them are in the grand finals. Whoever gets the win will be representing Pakistan. They will be Team Pakistan. And let's see who gets that opportunity because we know how much proud someone can feel if they are representing their country. And it's a best of five series, Asteria, so there are possibilities for some turnarounds. But let's see what happens in this one. And in a while, we're going to see the rosters as well. First, will it? I guess it's the Curse, and yeah, from Team Curse, it's best player, OP Alien, Spooderman, Mishima, and Hash Daddy. And when it comes to Team Masters, it's one Popper, Buddhism, Crimson, IE, and Randify. Asteria.
So I believe that all of the players will be showcasing all their skills they have, and as they have been showing us in the previous rounds and in the previous games as well. So I believe that this time this is going to be something very new for us since this is the best of five series and this is the grand finals. I think that this night might go to the fifth round because since it's a grand finale and we all are very excited. So I would want to see five rounds tonight, actually. I'm very excited to see that.
We all are, and let's see, will it go to that or not? Will it be a one-sided match, or will it be a tough and tough fight where they are pushing it to the end? But for that, we'll have to wait. And I deeply believe that the drafting phase is going to have the deepest impact in the whole round and every single one of them. Because if you are selecting the right heroes, if you're countering the opponents properly, then you'll have a higher chance to win any particular round. And besides that, when it comes to the game, there are going to be heroes with early advantages and late game advantages. It actually how they're going to be utilizing their heroes and how they draft Australia.
I believe that as well. And to spice that thing up, yesterday a new meta has arrived. So I guess that they have studied this, they have done their homework, so we will be seeing these new meta heroes, also these revamped heroes. And I believe that we are gonna see something very new in this whole tournament tonight.
And actually, because if you're trying to go for a new meta, right, overnight, like you have to change your whole strategy over it. And uh, every particular meta, we try to go for a set of heroes that are pretty much, good in that particular meta, whether we say that's year or eight, ever. But it is overnight. They will have to think about it. They will have to overgo the strategy they have. So they're going for their uh, previous heroes or they're adapting to the new ones because will bring out a lot of change in the
I would totally agree with you on that as well. And it's actually it totally depends on the players and how they have prepared themselves for this grand finale. And we can see that the roster is being shown again if you have forgotten. So this time you can see the players who would be facing off each other from the Curse and Team Masters. And we would be in the drafting phase within a very short time. So what heroes are you expecting, Mikey, to be in the band phase?
To be honest, right now, after the last revamp, I'm not sure what they're going to go for. But in the meanwhile, we can see that Van got banned from the left side. And if we talk about the next particular bans, I think they both of the teams can go for the marksmen because they will have a higher opportunity in the later period of the game. But if they want, they can go for early advantage filled heroes. They can go for some assassins as well. But let's see what they are preferring at the moment. They can go for meta preferred bans and picks, or they can focus on individual uh, players with their preferred heroes.
And along with that, we can see the first ban has come. That is the 1-1. And if we talk about the crossbar ban, that is quiet annoying. And whenever that thing is activated, there is no escape for any players. And on the other hand, we can see from the other side that is uh, the Matilda has been banned. And if we talk about Matilda's cycling eagle, that kind of saves all the players whenever they are around, and that causes problem in team fights. So I believe that both the bans were quite good enough, and the second ban would be coming from Putinson, and I guess that might be a ban on any jungler. What do you think?
That can be a possibility. If we talk about the current bans, we can see that Hylos got banned over here. Hylos is a pretty good initiator and also a very good support. He can deal continuous damage while using his crowd controls, and besides that, his glorious path is a pretty good initiating skill for his teammates, and it also slows down the opponent. So, yeah, it's a good initiating one. But they don't want to face this particular hero. That's why they banned it off. If we talk about the side of the curse, let's see what they're gonna be banning right now. Previously, they banned Matilda, and I think that was a pretty good decision. The Circle Eagle is a very good utility. Besides that, Matilda can be quite problematic. The continuous poking, besides that, the little shield provides. And we're getting the Phobias getting banned over here. Phobias in the previous revamp, uh, after that he started dealing physical damage, but before that it was magical damage. And afterwards, right now, I think good against any dash particular hero. There is a possibility from the side of the curse they can go for Benedetta or Lancelot or any heroes that have a good amount of dash. Besides that, he's even a strong EXP laner. We're seeing the Sicilian getting banned from the side of the team masters, and I think that's a pretty decent ban as well from the side of team masters. Van Cillian, both of them are pretty good late game heroes, but I think they don't want to face off with any of them. Asteria.
Exactly, and with the Hylos ban, I would say that Glorious Path wouldn't be there as well as the Baptist wouldn't be there. So I believe that yeah, that was a quite good combination of ban because if Hylos uses his ultimate and then Sicilian comes in there, that could be a devastating thing for the opponent. And since the new meta came yesterday night, Sicilian has been nerfed, so that is a quite I would say 50-50 thing. And on the other hand, we can see Phobias getting banned from the other side, and along with that, Moscow. So Moscow wouldn't be there to use his ultimate and appear out of nowhere and then just go pew 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 on you, and then he wouldn't be able to do much onto the opponents as well as the Phobias, because whenever he jumps, he actually provides a lot of damage, and that can quite turn out the game in a different way that we have thought. And on the other hand, we can see Papa has picked out his first hero, and that is the newest edition, Kaya.
Absolutely, we might see a few tsunami slams over here from the side of the curse. This player has gone for Hayabusa over here. We'll see the Ugisharu kill being used quite effectively, I guess. And the quad shadows are a very good initiation for any assassin. Having that kind of mobility can be scary. Ash Daddy went for the Gadut Kacha, a tanky one over here. He will have the sustain. Besides that, he will be dealing a good amount of damage as well, Asteria.
I would completely agree with you on that. And uh, one of the heroes I actually am afraid of is Hayabusa. Whenever I'm in the game, I just ban him out, and that was quite the opportunity for the other team to ban him out as well. But I don't know why they kept it open. But taking the advantage of this, best player has picked. up that Hayabusa along with that Gatorkacha. So I believe that Gatorkacha would be roaming over here, or it could be the roamer. It could be the EXP laner with the magic build, half magic build and half tank build. So that could provide damage as well as the Vanguard ship that they needed. And on the other hand, we can see the Granger has been picked, and along with that, there is Suyu. So Granger, along with his mobility and the range he has, also the damage he provides, that's going to be devastating throughout the whole game.
I think so as well. If we talk about Ranger, the I think he is a pretty good marksman as well. He can deal continuous damage right now after the revamp, and that Sonata is a pretty good utility to have because the range is quite immense. And when it comes to Suyo, he is one of the recent heroes that got released, and even now, a few tweaks of his skills over the here and there, he can still deal a good amount of damage and has a good amount of mobility and sustainability as well. If you talk about the side of the curse, they went with Irithel, a marksman who has the uh, skill to roam around while dealing continuous damage without stopping in one place. That gives her a bit of edge in team fights for sure. Lucas got banned from the side of the curse. Team masters are going to be doing the next ban. If we talk about the curse, they still haven't gone for any particular mage, so banning out mages would be the right thing to do for the side of Team Curse. But they went for the Hilda ban. I think that can do as well because we don't know if Kacha is the EXP or the Roma. If he is the Roma, Hilda might be in the EXP. So there is a possibility it can be the vice versa as well. So let's see what the Curse bans next off.
I believe that's gonna be a ban on any mage. And before even I could finish my sentence, they banned out that Farsa. And yeah, in the last meta, we have seen this Farsa in buff, and the amount of damage that Ultimate provides is insane. Whenever there would be any squishy hero around that Ultimate area, that would just go vanish, and that's what not you would want in a tournament lobby. So the last ban would be coming in from the side of the masters, team masters, and I believe that they might go in for a mage ban, but no, they have banned out that jawhead. So yeah, they absolutely didn't want anyone to be thrown into the enemy's pit hole.
And we can see that they are kind of focusing on the EXP right now since they have not selected any particular heroes on that particular. I think Kalia is going to be the Roma. You can see Suyo being the jungler. Ranger will be in the lane. So yeah, Novaria getting picked by Mishima from the Curse, and I think Novaria is a pretty good scout and a good late game oriented mage. But let's see how much they can utilize that particular hero because I personally think Novaria will have to stay safe from early on because she doesn't have that much potential early on, but her late game potential is immense. If you look at the side of the curse, they have three particular heroes who have immense possibilities, potentials in the late game, but they will have to sustain in the early game for sure. And whereas from the side of the team masters, they have a few bulky heroes. We're seeing a few again. See the glue being hovered over. Besides that, we can see that Aurora might get picked as well or Selena. If Selena is picked, then I think can be utilized properly. But even for Valentina, is a pretty good one as well.
The IMU would be very helpful for them in the later period because the astral eco that will be copied, I'm sure that will be copied, and also that Ugi Shadow Kill might be just the thing they would want in the later game. And in the other hand, we can see from the side of the curse, they are hovering onto many bulky heroes like Edith, like the uh, Arlott, as well as that is Esme. So that Esme would have been a very bulky pick if you ask me, but I believe that they might go in for the Arlott because we had seen them hovering onto that Arlott earlier as well, and with that being said, they have locked onto that Arlott. So that final splash would be something you wouldn't want to face whenever you are in a team fight. So in that case, I guess that Valentina has to be more safe from that Arlet from the very beginning to the end because that Arlet could do a lot of damage to her. And on the other hand, if we talk about Novaria, that Novaria has to be very, very careful from the very beginning because Blue is there, and also then Suyu is there. So these two will be targeting her because she is very squishy among all the heroes they have in their lineup. So I think both have the balanced team we were looking for.
I think Valentina can focus on the Arlott and the Gazetkacha's ultimate because both of those are pretty good utilities to have. The Final Slash and the Avatar of the Guardian, pretty good indicators in a fight, and they can, Valentina can cooperate out for team. But let's see if they do that or not. We'll get to see that in a while for sure. I think both have pretty good lineups, but when it comes to the side of the curse, they have a bit of pushiness in their team, but they have immense late game potential. Whereas when it comes to Masters, they have the early advantage, I think, because of that bulkiness they have. But if they do any misstep early on, the goal difference will shift side of the curse, which will have an effect early on. They will have the lead. If they have the lead, they can, turn the match around. But I think early on, it's going to be Team Masters will have the upper hand.
Exactly, and I believe that they would be wanting to finish the game in the earlier period because since they have that type of bulkiness in the team, so they wouldn't want the curse to actually go to that later period where they would be melted down. No one does that to themselves, actually. So let's see how it ends for both the teams. And if we talk about Glue, Glue can be an EXP laner, a good EXP laner. We have seen Glue in the EXP lane recently. And if we talk about Kalia as well, that thing might be the hero that might just change the whole game for tonight because he would be initiating and then just imagine that Blue would be there as well as that Suyu would be there. So if anything happens like that, that if they get that setup of creating something out of that initiation from Kalia, I believe that this would be very helpful for them. And with that being said, we are already in the land of dawn. We can see the players are there waiting for the minions. And also, we can see Gatot Kacha is somehow trying to poke that Suyu.
Absolutely. In the top lane, we can see a bit of skirmish going on. Groove and a lot. Both of them are dealing a bit of damage on each other, but it's not a commitment over there. But yeah, Arlott can go aggressive early on. This is the first round of the best of 5 series, and let's see who has the first win. We can already see Hayabusa already unlocked his Ugi Shadow Kill, so he can initiate any moment. I think the early best option he might engage towards would be the Valentina or the Granger. But let's see where he goes for. He went for the turtle right now, but from side of the Masters, nobody has gone towards the turtle yet. They are not going to be competing over it, and this player got the first turtle, so that gives them a bit of an advantage over here. About 500 goals lead for the side of the curse, which can shift to any of the sides right now, but the lead is after all. Area.
And we can see that Novaria is doing her job very decently over there. She's scouting, she is not overstepping in any areas, and she is playing very carefully. On the other hand, if you look at the bottom lane, that is the gold lane, we can see a skirmish might just happen over there. Gatukacha is waiting for opportunity to initiate over there, and we can that the whole scenario could have been something different, but they just decided to be careful and they did not overcome it in any place. But still, there is a possibility that Cringer and the Kalia might just initiate something. On the other hand,
Oh,
if you look at the Midland area, the first blood has been secured by the Hayabusa, and they have secured the kill of Putinson over there, which was very, very necessary for them to show that yes, we are not giving up and we are the one who would be leading. So let's see how things go around.
in the mid lane, we could see that Arlott was going aggressive. He knew that even if he could deal a good amount of damage, Hayabusa would get, you know, an advantage over here, and that is what happened. Already went with the split and tried to that situation. Hayabusa is in quite good of a lead over here. We can see the Avatar of the Guardian being used. Glue is trying to rotate and trying to evade from that situation, but it is a one versus four situation. But yeah, they didn't actually overcommit over there, the curse, and I think that is a good. But if they wanted, they could have put him in a tight situation. But Yeah, right now we can see a pause being called out. Right now, if we talk about the overall situation, the Curse has about 1,000 goals, but it's not that much yet, but it's still a good start for them. And they also went for the first kill. They got the first turtle as well. So they are off to a pretty good start right now. Whereas I was thinking Masters would have the upper hand because of their, bulkiness. But I am that is not working out for them in that manner. They can do tables around area.
I believe they have heard you, and that's why they are trying to prove you wrong. And in the previous fight, they did not overcommit because the turtle would have the turtle was already spawning. It was just 15 seconds left for the second turtle to come. So I believe that that's why they did not overcommit over there, and they did not want to lose. They do not want to risk any player over there, and things are looking quite aggressive from the side of the curse if I'm being too honest, because we can see that masters somehow are trying to initiate over there, but they're not getting the scope to initiate something, and then the damage dealer would be doing something. So that thing is quite quite not the thing we had expected. So since this is the land of dawn, you have to expect the unexpected, and they're just proving us that.
As well. Hopefully, get to see the match quite soon. But yeah, right now, if you talk about the current situation, early on there was a slight aggression towards the EXP. They didn't commit in any kind of fight over there because there was a bit of backup for around. But afterwards, a bit of a skirmish in the middle. They were committed towards the fight, and the curse got the kill. For that, the curse also got the first turtle. They are in an advantage. But if we talk about the skills that the masters have, they have the tsunami slam of king, and Granger does have good right now. After his revamp, he can just continuously poke around with his gun. And when it comes to Valentina, she does have the IMU, and she can go for Gachas, Avatar of the Guardian, or Arlot's Final Slash. That can be a good initiator. Glue can be a good initiator as well with the split. And Suyu is a pretty bulky, can be a fighter, can do jungling, and can actually withstand a lot of damage in. But let's see if they can utilize the heat accordingly. They can be in a better situation than now. Because if you talk about the curse, they have good heroes, they have the utility, and they are maximizing the resources they have right now. Hayabusa is the most farm player currently, current round, and I think he's planning to hold on to it.
I think that as well, and the more time will pass, he will have more potential, and that wouldn't look good for that Valentina as it just looked while it was the first blood time. So the Valentina has to be more careful about this. And if I talk about Valentina pick, I'm quite not sure that that was the best pick against that Novaria, against that whole lineup over there, because uh, even if the IMU is there to help you to copy the ultimate of many potential heroes in the opponent team, but you have to get that opportunity, right, to skill cast them, to dish out the damages of the opponents onto them once again. So I don't think that every time you get that opportunity, and that's quite tacky. So let's see how that player actually manages to do so. And if we talk about Novaria, we were actually tensed about that Novaria from the earlier period, but this Novaria has proved us that no, she is very careful, and she would be uh, poking out, she would be scouting, and would not overcommit at all. And if we look at the goal lane as well, the Iritel was standing strong against that Granger, even though he had that Death Sonata against her. She was there alone fighting face to face with that Granger without the help of the tank, and they weren't backing off, and nothing crazy actually went on in the goal lane area. And the match has resumed from where we had left it behind, and we can see the total has spawned again. And let's see which team manages to get the second total of this match.
None of the junglers are actually focusing towards the turtle at the moment, but I think they will rotate towards it because we can see other teams are giving out visions toward the turtle lane. But in the meanwhile, we can see Blue trying to poke around a bit, but I think it might be a bad. thing for him because he will get outnumbered over here, and that is what's happening over here. We can see a bit of a skirmish going on. Valentina got taken out by Hayabusa. He got the turtle as well. Pretty low HP. Glue manages to survive with the flicker, but we can see that. Oh my God! Astral Recall being used, and with that, Glue was taken out in the process. I wasn't expecting that. Hayabusa goes in.
Whoa.
Papa was taken out by Mishima. In the meanwhile, Novaria again with that precision, continuously hitting the opponents, and just a phenomenal fight breaking out, continuously getting killed. The curse is moving forward with a very good lead, Asteria.
Exactly, the glowing wand is helping her around, and we can see the precision she has, and already we can see another fight might just break out in the bottom lane area because we can see the players of the cars are rotating towards that place, and I believe they would be taking down that turret as well. And yes, Kudumon just took out that turret over there. Crimson is being taken down by the Hayabusa, so the score stands to 5-0 now. So the Masters have to do something, do some initiations to come back around from the loss they are in from the earlier period. And we can see the Curse aren't giving them that opportunity. On the other hand, we can see that another turret has been taken down,
I was on the
and
Guardian.
another fight has broken down over there over top of the Guardian. And that leads us to another phenomenal fight over there where one player was being taken down from the Curse, and Masters lost two or
It
one,
was a
one.
it was a one-for-one trade over there. Hayabusa
Mm-hmm.
is being aggressive in the middle lane. He used the what shadows thrown out. There were no minions over there. That's why they didn't push it that much. Otherwise, they could have gone for the tier two in the lane. In the meanwhile, we might see an ambush coming out. Ash Daddy has taken a bit of a damage. Novaria continuously poking with the Astral Recall. That Sonata is poking this player a bit, but in the meanwhile, the turtle has spawned in the top lane's river. And again, there's a high possibility for the Krish to get this one. Suyo is in the bottom lane. There is very little possibility for him to. I don't think there is any time as well. Krish will get this one as well. Asteria.
Exactly. And if you look at the overall situation, three turtles goes to the side of the cars, as well as three turrets on their side,
Kacha
as well as
engaging.
six kills
Ooh.
as well. Yeah, that was a nice initiation coming out from the Datukasha Battalion in the process gets taken down.
Valentina in
Another
a bad
fight might just
situation.
break down. Exactly. Exactly. Many things are going around in
Shadow
the
Cat.
bottom lane area.
Pretty low HP. Ranger would have been taken out, but yeah, Hayabusa didn't overcommit over there, and I think that was a good decision. And they are in quite a lead right now, about 5,000 for the curse. Again, a bit of an engage, a skirmish going on. Novaria is dealing good amount of damage. He is just too precise with the astral ball, Asteria.
Exactly. And if we look at the overall situation, I think that Valentina would be targeted once again, but the Kalia is over there and she initiated. And I don't think that would be a wise decision because Gatot Kacha was able to escape from the situation, and they are not overstepping anywhere. And I believe that they are targeting onto the squishier heroes first and then onto the tanks. So on the other hand, we could see that Irithel taking down another turret, and on the top lane, the rotation is coming towards the inhibitors, so the team masters have to be more careful about this, and the blue would be taken by that Hayabusa. So this time, the Suyu won't have any blue buff for him, so that might be a problem for him. And on the other hand, we can see
Ooh.
Hayabusa once again going in for that Valentina and taking things down. As I was talking about this, that Valentina is being targeted every time in the first skirmish that might happen. So, what do you think?
Again in the
What
mid
they
lane,
should do?
a bit of an engage. Blue might be taken out. Abbot of the Guardian being used, but too rash of a decision for her Hash Daddy. But aside from that, Bovaria could have engaged over there, but Blue was too much out of his range. Look at the Lord already from the side of the Curse. They are committing towards it. There is no possibility for the side of Masters to go for it right now because of the huge pull difference they have in the current situation. The Curse will take the Lord, and let's see how much they utilize it. The Meanwhile, if you talk about the turrets, side of the curse, they have already secured 5 turrets, whereas Team Masters has secured only one, and that is the bottom lanes tier 3. Talk about the curse, they have secured the top lanes tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 3. It is bottom lane, there's the tier. Overall, they have secured a total of 5 turrets. With this enhanced lord, let's see what they can do. I think there is a possibility they can go for the inhibitor as well, but there is a possibility for Team Masters to counter that out. But the gold lift they have, I think that is going to be a bit of an issue for them to defend in this one.
And on the other hand, we can see that Hayabusa is trying to split push over there, whereas that Lord is almost in the inhibitor area, and the players of the cars are just waiting for the Lord to do the first damage onto that inhibitor, and then they would be pushing around, and the first inhibitor would be taken down within a second, and yes, Rizal takes it down.
Slam.
And I believe this is going to be the second turret, and another initiation has
Base is
broken
getting
down, many
locked
things are going on,
from
and
the
the base
curse.
has been taken back. Oh my god. That was quite unexpected. We didn't see that coming.
Amazing gameplay coming out from the curse over there, just phenomenal. Because if we look at the whole situation, Asteria, like they went for the early advantage. Like they got the first blood, they got the turtle. Afterwards, they just piled the gold up. The initiation they had in the mid lane and the bottom lane. Well, whenever they got the chance, they just went for the turrets. And even before the Lord, they secured 5 turrets. In the gold lead was about 6 to 7,000. Overall, they had a pretty good start, but it's a best of 5 series. As there is a possibility for Team Masters to do a comeback.
Exactly. And with that being said, we will be taking a very short break. And after that, we would be back onto the second round of tonight. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
So welcome back, guys. Meanwhile, we just saw the first round of the best of five series, and the Curse won the match with a very phenomenal act. Went for it, just ended the match finesse. The amount of perfect engages they had throughout the whole match was spectacular. The initiation they had, the goal lead they had, the overall focus they had towards the turrets, and it all worked out in the end. But right now, since the best of five, the second match, let's see if Team Masters can come back from that situation. If the Curse actually win this one, Masters would a very immense pressure because if any of the teams 3 rounds, they will be crowned the champion of this particular tournament. So yeah, the pressure is quite high for Team Masters. They can get themselves together and just to come back in this one, Asteria.
Hope that they do that, because if they don't, course, would have that immense level of confidence, and that might just work out negatively for the Masters. And I guess they wouldn't want that in the grand finale. And as you were talking about that, how the Kurds were super aggressive, they also were very, very focused onto the turrets, onto the objectives, onto the kills, and everywhere. And as you said it, that every of the initiative was perfect. And I believe that they would want to hold on to this perfection. And we are already in the banning phase, in the drafting phase of the second round. And this time, for sure, Hayabusa would be banned because, yeah, we saw how devastating he was. And I believe the second ban would be from Novaria. The second ban would be of Novaria from the side of Masters. Because in the previous round, we had seen Novaria being so precise about all the astral recalls, all the astral echoes. So I don't think they would want that pressure once again onto them. But in the meanwhile, the first ban from the side of the Kurds will be coming around very soon, and that is again Matilda. So they do not want this Matilda in the Land of Dawn in any chance, by any chance. Why do you think is that so?
Matilda is a pretty good support. That's why they don't want to face it off. Because if you talk about Matilda, certainly very that she can provide. She, call her teammates along with her and just, make them out of any kind of bad situation. And the guiding wind she has can do this. So when you want to initiate, you're taking one player along with you. When you are seeing one player in a situation, you're just pulling them out. So that gives a very good utility for a team. But I think that's why they don't want it. And that's why they banned it off because Patang getting banned from the side of Masters. Patang is a pro, but I think he can be countered out. But yeah, after a few items being built up, the continuous passive of his, the stun he can provide, that can be annoying. That's why they banned it off. Moskov is a one that we banned repetitively. Saw the same ban in the previous round as well, Asteria.
Exactly, and we can see the next band would be coming in from the side of Team Masters, and I believe that this is gonna be a mage or it could be a marksman, because these two heroes in the previous round were devastating for them as well in all the initiations. And let's see what they have actually planned out, because the Padang was not in my list of this band, but they have somehow banned it out. So they have some plans. They're seeing, so let's see who they ban, and this is going to be Natalia, and which is quite expected, because in the last round they were trying to with the Kalia, but if this time the opponent gets the Kalia, that might just turn out the tables for them. So they wouldn't want to face the irony over here, I believe. And the next ban will be coming in from the side of the curse. First, Hash Daddy would be banning out the next hero. So if we talk about the overall lineup till now, we have seen repeated bans from the side of the curse. So I believe that this is going to be another repeated ban from them as well. What do you think?
That is a possibility. Depends what kind of strategy they have for this. They already lost their Hayabusa in the planning phase.
I am not
Get
the
to
only one bound by
like that,
these
but yeah, as
chains.
we're predicting, we're uh, team ban, Phuvis ban from the side of the curse. Bharat's being hovered over from the side of Masters, but let's see if they're going to go for it or not. Bharat's is bulky as well, but tax move, so not a big fan of it. I do like high mobility that particular. If you're in a team fight, if you're a bulky one who can't rotate around, you might be in a bad situation. Have a decent, at least
Are you
escape from
demeaning the
bad
bulky
situations.
heroes?
Is to protect lives.
And we can see the Hylos getting picked, and Rundify is the one who went for it. I think Hylos is a pretty good one. He's sustainable. He can continuously use skill. Even if he doesn't have his mana, he'll bit of age uh, his skills for
Muscle of
Tyson. I
iron, bones of
have
steel.
also a good niche here for sure. Katakacha get picked again by Hash Daddy. What do you think, Asteria? What will this Katakacha do? Did see quite good engages in the previous one. Will it work in this one as well?
We can see both the vanguards here. The Hylos is here, the Katkacha is here. So we cannot actually predict anything over here because as you were talking about mobile heroes, that is, you were just demeaning those bulky heroes in a little bit sense. But somehow they heard you and they chose a bulky hero that has. So I believe that Hylos is one of the favorite picks of yours, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, if we talk about Hylos facing off that Gatut Kacha, I believe that Gatut Kacha might have few opportunities where they can stop that Hylos. But in the meanwhile, if Hylos is being played properly, that thing can dish out a lot of damage as well as that thing can open up so many gets for the team in team fight. So I would prefer Hylos over Gatut Kacha over here. But on the meanwhile, we can see Louis being picked out from the side of Odinson, and also Ranger this time would be going for jungle. So on the other hand, we have seen the Curse taking that Novaria once again, and along with that, they have that Lucas. Quite
I
interesting.
think Lucas is a pretty good one of the recent heroes, and Unleash the Beast a skill that gives him daily amount of skill, and beside that, he can be a very aggressive one. The more aggressive a Lucas there is, more he can stay in the Unleash the Beast forms. If we talk about the side of Team Masters right now, they have their hands. The yin and yang combinations can do good amount of burst damage. Continuous Rhapsody, the Sonata can be a, they will have to build a few items to utilize them properly. And I have nothing to say about OP Alien over here. This round precision showed with the Astral Recalls. It was phenomenal. It was eye catching. I really loved the precision in every single hit.
Exactly. And with that being said, we can see the Fanny getting back on the side of the purse along with that Jawhead. So yeah, Granger would be the first this time. And yeah, that was a good decision because Fanny can do a lot of trouble to your team when it comes to the squishy heroes. And yeah, you don't want to face that flying squirrel coming off and killing you out of nowhere. So yeah, that was a quite good decision, I would say. And on the other hand, 1-1 getting banned along with that Irithel. So Ranger this time doesn't want that Irithel or the 1-1 in any case, because in the previous round we had seen Granger was standing strong in the earlier period, but somehow in the team fights he was not able to reach out the damage we expected against that Irithel, and Irithel was doing a lot of devastating things for the team. So yeah, that was a quite good decision, I would say, from the side of Team Masters. So this is gonna be the pick from Ishima. So what do you think? Which hero he might go for? This is a
Talk about
marksman.
I think he can again go for the Allot. There is a post well, but in the meanwhile, Spooderman is actually going for Claude, and yeah, Claude can be a pretty good of a hero. He does has a yes, and about side of the Masters, they still jungler, Anani, Dana, Joy, and Root. That will be a good one. Uh, has a damage or a full uh, run along the whole map and chase the marksmen or the mages quite easy.
Exactly, and the damage it dishes out is quite immense as well because whenever that thing will be coming after you, you have to run. There is no other option, just run away from Hilda, and that is not good for team fights or solo pushing. So Hilda is there, Joy is there, the amount of
Oh,
mobility this team has is immense, and Mishima this time. Oh wait, what did I miss?
okay. So if you talk about the current situation, I went for Esmeralda. He will be stealing off She from Joy and from Louis as well. So there is a very good chance for survivability that particular situation if there are not too much crowd controls on her. But let's see how they utilize the heat one. If you talk about Joy, the flying beat, I must say from the early on, Joy does have a good amount of damage on their hand.
Exactly. That Choi could be a bit of trouble for the team because they have this mobile heroes now. They have that Hylos, they have that Ranger, they have that Choi. So dishing out damage along with the mobility and glorious path will just make it escalated. It will just escalate the whole situation. And to face that off, they also have that Hilda in their team. So they would aid with the players, they would be dishing out damages. And on the other hand, if we talk about the curse, they have few heroes that are quite bulky, but I don't think that the mobility level is in the equalizer because I would say that masters have more mobility and that might just turn out the table for them. What do you think?
The early game, the top lane is the EXP lane, in the bottom lane with EXP, Dan, Esmeralda, and Claude have to face off. I think Claude can go down and push Ranger. Top lane already is avoiding. I think Esmeralda can be a problem for the Lethal Wanderer will go side. That is about the Lethal Wanderer. The lane cut going on. Esmeralda is poking a lot, sure, but that is a Hilda after all. Will survive, and in even if she takes a bit of damages, she can just roam around bushes up. That gives her that advantage to sustain in the EXP.
Exactly. That thing will just take out damage and then heal in the bushes, and that is quite annoying. As me. On the other hand, we can see that Esmeralda is trying to chase off that Hilda over there, but Lucas is there as well. So sensing that, I believe that Hilda is trying to play safer. On the other hand, if you look at the middle area,
Electrifying
and
beat.
Station might just break down and electrifying beat, but that was of no use because Lucaria understood the situation and just oh, okay. The rotation is going towards the top lane area, and we can see that Hash Daddy is trying to provide a lot of damage. Another Astral Reaper that connected pop up, but that did not do a lot of damage because that's a high loss after all. And we can see that Esmeralda is trying to put damage on Randy 5, but that wasn't just enough for him now. And the total, I guess, is still untouched. So I would say there would be a hard competition around the total area.
Possibility for sure. For the time being, get towards it. I guess they might use it as a bait to break out a fight, but while we can see taking up a good amount of damage, Ash Daddy is pretty low, but will he survive or not? Maybe not. Esmeralda goes in. Ash Daddy was taken out by Randify. The Hilda. Mishima was taken out by Hai Joy. And in the meanwhile, the first two kills were taken out by Team Masters. And right now they are going for the turtle, but we can see in the mid lane, Lucas has taken up a bit of damage and will it. So it's the Masters will get the turtle, I guess. Already in lane, we can damage uh, skirmish towards the middle lane. But let's see if there is any kind of fight break. The overall scenario is that the Masters are about 1,000. They are able to, or they can try to maximize the goal advantage and the curse. But let's see what happens. Bottom lane. A bit of an engage on Claude. Pretty low HP. Was forced to use the Flecka. Meanwhile, we did out a fight over here. It was a 1-for-1 trade, whereas both of the mages, they were traded off over there. Bottom lane. Claude is in pressurized situation. Is being continuously targeted and quite no marksman and a bit of a rotation towards the mid lane and the top lane. A good engagement out from Ishima, but he'll never survive for sure. The mid lane, the diversion to hit towards the bottom lane. Novaria might be engaged in the bottom lane, but will it be that on? That is a bit. I think that will see a buff in rate coming out from the Masters. I think there is a possibility. There is a high possibility that happening is taking up damage. Mishima towards that buff. Give off a bit backup towards it. Brandify is still surviving the amount of damage, but both of laners are really bulky. Surviving well, already Joy is being damaged, but the electrifying beast, and I think that was not worth there. Already a fight is being breaking out. Brandify is being targeted over there. We can see Novaria with Astral Echo. Maybe the Astral Fall will do this and also damage as well. Diversion being Mishima is taking a good damage. The turtle, let's see who gets set. But in the meanwhile, Joy was taken out by Lucas, and the turtle will be shot by Lucas as well. A good amount of damage coming out from Luke with the yin and yang combination. But yeah, in the mid lane, we can see Vadia is continuously poking Astral Claw. But the scenario is right now that the goal difference is not there anymore. The kill difference for Masters got 3 kills, whereas the Curse secured 2. But none of them have secured any of the turrets yet, and pulled is not that much of a difference. Now, yeah, let's see what happens. There is a for both on this one. But what do you think as what can happen this round since them are going head on?
I believe that both the teams are trying their best, and since this is the second round, and in the first round, the Curse were showing their aggression. I believe that this time, the Masters would be the one who would be turning out the tables for their side, because if your opponent somehow wins 2 matches back to back, that gives them the confidence as well as this breaks their confidence. So they do not want that. On the other hand, Joy has secured the kill of Claude over there, even though Novaria was able to take down the turret for their team. But I believe that this is going to be for Team Masters somehow overall. And on the other hand, Rager has taken down a turret as well. And in the meanwhile, we can see that Esmeralda was trying to chase up that Joy, and Joy retreated in the very right moment. And on the other hand, we can see that Novaria was somehow trying to connect that astral recall, but that did not go as per plan. And yeah, still things are looking quite in a position where you cannot call it passive or you cannot call it aggressive as well. So there is a chance of breaking out of any fight in any moment, but they're just hovering onto that area without committing anything.
Yeah, that's for sure. And right now, we can see a bit of commitment towards the turtle. And we can see Lucas dealing a good amount of damage on the turtle, but in the meanwhile, both of the teams are dealing a decent amount of damage. We can see the glorious path being used off the retribution, who wins it. Best player it is. In the meanwhile, Mishima was taken down by Crimson, and he got the double kill as well. Avatar Guardian being used by Hash Daddy, but he was taken out. Triple kill secured by none other than Crimson. And with that, they are leading a bit ahead when it comes to the gold, but they are lagging behind in the turrets. But I think they will be able to, nullify it in a few minutes. Asteria. It didn't even take a minute, just a few seconds in the top lane. It is Joy who's pushing up the lanes as well. In the mid lane, we can see a bit of a rotation. from the careers. They might rotate toward the bottom lane, but don't know will if it will be effective or not. A possibility of an ambush from them is still there, but they are not getting any kind of opportunities to do so. Missima is pretty a bulky one for sure because the KDA is 122. Even though she's been in continuous fights, she is still surviving. And the same thing goes for Hilda as well. But when it comes to Hilda, she is leaning a bit ahead when it comes to survivability. KDA with 203. And the goal difference is about 2000 goals, which is a good lead, but not that much that it will have an excessive amount of advantage. So a fight breaking off again, and we can see the Astral Echo being used, marking up the opponents, and Team Masters are retreating from their situation to avoid any kind of ambushes on their side, Asteria. Okay, and if we look at the top lane, the Lord is about to spawn in about 5 seconds or so, and this is going to be the first one to spawn. And let's see who gets this one, because whoever gets the Lord will have the advantage for sure. And if we talk about the Lord advantage, uh, when it comes to turrets, both of them are in quite equal grounds. It's 3 turrets and 2 turrets. 3 turrets secured by Team Masters, 2 by the Curse. But in the meanwhile, Joy. Okay, my co-caster is actually having a little bit of problem, so it's gonna be me for a while, but hopefully she'll be joining again in a while. But yeah, let's see. The Lord is being secured from the side of Team Masters, and the Curse is not able to compete over it. And I think it is gonna be that Joy was the one who got the Lord. In the meanwhile, the Curse are trying to play it safe because they are lacking behind in gold, about 4,000 gold difference, Asteria, and the 4,000 goals are hitting them hard.
Exactly, and overcoming 4,000 gold is not free of a charge. So yeah, we can see that the Lord would be marching from the top lane area, and we can see that the players of the Masters are trying to push the other lanes as well, utilizing this particular Lord. On the other hand, we can see they are trying to commit onto the players of the Curse, but that was quite not that did not turn out how they actually planned out, because the Novaria was there to use that astral recall, and that changed the whole thing. But they were able to take down the tier 2 from the bottom lane area, and now they are committing on to that Novaria. But in the meanwhile, Joy gets taken down, Claude is being taken down by that Ranger over there, and in the bottom lane area, Louis is putting up a lot of pressure onto the players of the cards. And with that being said, Hilda was able to take a turret down. Glorious Path being used once again, and that Hylos was being taken down. Many things are going around in the bottom lane area. The players of both the teams are being taken down. 4 of the players are being taken down from the side of Curse, and 2 players were down from the side of Masters. And yes, taking the advantage of this particular Lord, Team Master was able to push a lot, I would say, because they took out an inhibitor, they took out the tier 2s, and that leaves a lot of openings for them. They can now easily rotate around the whole map. And yeah, that gives you that one potential that you need, that moving freely around the map, and then you get the more vision, and also you can keep your enemies into a pressure. So that's all you need for winning the round. So I believe they are one step ahead in their plan. So let's see how things turn out. I believe that none of the teams would be initiating before the next Lord comes over here.
I think from the side of the Masters, they are going to be forcing a fight because they are in lead. So there is a big possibility for them to initiate in fights for, put the Curse in a little bit more bad situations. Because the goal lead is on their side, about 5,000 goals, and that is going to hit hard, and that is hitting hard. When we talk about the turrets, already Team Masters has gone for the inhibitor in the bottom lane. Besides that, they have dealt a bit of damage on both of the inhibitors of the top and mid lane. And right now, they will have advantages in team fights for sure. So I think they can go for it. They will try to go for ambushes or force a fight. But yeah, it seems like they are waiting for the Lord to do so.
Yeah, as I was saying that they might wouldn't want to throw away anything, they wouldn't want to risk anything, and we can see that they're just wasting their time. They're just poking around, they're clearing out the lanes, and they are not doing anything much crazy around here. The Lord has spawned, so let's see if team masters are able to take this Lord without any competition, because we cannot see the players of the Curse coming around in every area. Though even though that Novaria tried to use that Astral Echo for scouting, but that wasn't of any help for them because they do not have that potential yet to face off the players of Masters over there. Because if we look at their levels, they are almost in the highest levels, that is almost max levels, that is 15 level. But if we look at the players of Team The Curse, they are still lagging behind in terms of gold, in terms of levels. So that is quite playing negatively for them. And on the other hand, we can see that they are invading the blue buff area and they're just poking around, waiting for the Lord to appear from the bottom lane area. And whenever that Lord will be around that inhibitor area, I believe they would be forcing out a fight against the curse.
Yeah, that is a possibility. Right now, Team Curse, uh, uh, sorry, the Curse is actually going to have a hard time defending this particular Lord because overall the gold lead is on the side of Team Masters and they are going to be forcing towards the inhibitors. With this particular Lord, I think they will get both of the inhibitors, and from side of the curse they are completely locked on to the lord and was able to defend it as well. Right now it's the minions they have to worry about, and I think they'll be able to do so as well. I think from the side of team masters they should have utilized the lord more proficiently, because we could see that the minion waves that they piled up, they weren't able to utilize it properly. The Lord went in first, and the curse defended it. Then came the minion waves, and they were only able to secure one of the inhibitor turrets, whereas there was a possibility for them to go towards the base. So yeah, if that happened, I think there was a possibility for Team Masters to go a bit more aggressive and towards the base directly, Assyria.
Exactly. I thought that they would be taking down all the inhibitors over there because the Lord was still there. They were trying to defend that Lord. And on the other hand, if we talk about the overall situation, they were also the minion pressure was also on their side. So I don't know why they just threw it away, but I think that they have few plans. And as I was saying, that they do not want to risk it. So I guess that what just happened over here. And let's see how things now turn out for them because they are delaying in the game. And to be honest, personally, I don't like delays in the games.
Right now, both of the marksmen will have an advantage, whether it's Granger or Claude, but Claude does have the DPS advantage, I must say. And also, the Blazing Duet can deal a good amount of area damage. The radius is quite huge comparatively. And right now, we can see Novaria is dealing a good amount of damage as well. When it comes to Team Masters, they need to, uh, you know, do a more synergic attacks in this particular situation. Mishima might be taken out, and that is what happened already. Lucas in a bad situation. Joy was the one who got the kill. Double get secured by Crimson, and again bad situation for the Curse because they are 3 mans down. It's just 2 against 5, a very bad number, and already from Team Masters, they are going towards the base. They are locked onto it. This will be the end for the second round. A comeback from Team Masters, and they were successful in it as well.
Exactly. So congratulations to them. And this is the type of match we all have been expecting in a grand finale because in the first round we had seen the Curse were very aggressive. They won the first round, and to answer that back, Team Masters just turned the table and turned the game onto their side. So the scoreboard is now at 1-1. So this is going very neck to neck, and I believe that you
And
all are having fun tonight.
and I must say that both of the teams did really good. In the second round, Team Masters were the one who actually did a comeback over there. Both of the teams have won one match each, and they are on an equal ground right now. So the overall pressure that Team Master had before, that is not there anymore. we'll have to wait and see what happens in the third round, who will win the next round. But for that, we'll have to go for a very short break, and afterwards, we'll come back with the third round. So, guys, we'll be back after the break.
Giving every piece of my soul.
So, guys, we're back again with the third round of the best of five series. Already, we saw the first round getting won by the Curse, the second one, a amazing comeback from Team Masters. We are in the third round, but it is a best of five series, so there's a lot more to go on. And let's see what both of the teams can show us in this particular round. There are going to be some changes in the drafting phase for sure. Uh, Hayabusa and Granger, these two might get banned, I think, because the first round was an amazing gameplay from Hayabusa, and as I was saying about it, got banned. And from the side of the Curse, I think, they will ban the Granger in this one, Asteria.
I guess they have some personal grudges against that Matilda, so this is the thing they have repeated for the third time for tonight. And yeah, as you were talking about Granger, I believe that they are going for the Moscow once again. And we have to wait for that to see how they actually have planned it out. But the thing that I wasn't expecting, that Gatot Kacha getting banned, but that was quite crucial for them to ban it out, because in the previous rounds we have seen this Gatot Kacha initiating very well, and that did do amazing things for the team of the curse. And on the other hand, we can see the Kalia is getting banned this time from the side of the curse, and they have finally chosen something not to repeat. And yes, that is a quite good decision, I would say, because that slam that comes in from the Kalia is something you wouldn't want to face it while you were in a team fight or while you were in a solo push. And on the other hand, that 1-1 getting banned once again for the third time tonight. And yes, that is quite understandable because of the crossbow of the tank. And yes, the next band would be coming in from the side of the car. So, what do you think? Will it be Granger or will it be Moscow once again?
I think they will go for the Granger because in the previous round they neglected it. Because we saw Granger in the first round as well, but he showed what he can do in the second round. So I don't think the Curse should give uh, a second chance again to Granger should shine in front of them. Crimson did do an amazing job, but again the Moscow betting ban. The Curse are focused on two particular heroes till now, Moskov and Matilda. These two were banned from them in three consecutive rounds. And when it comes to the side of Team Masters, they did ban off the Wan Wan in three consecutive rounds as well. So they have some heroes they don't even want to face, no matter what happens to the draft, no matter what heroes the opponents pick. And I think that's okay because they have their own strategies. And yeah, let's see how that works out. Hylos being hovered over again, but will they go for it, Asteria?
I think they might go in for this Hylos, but now they're hovering onto that Uranus. And yes, this is Hylos because the other Vanguard is being banned from their side. So there isn't any other Vanguard to shine this time. So this time, I believe this Hylos would do something spectacular that we have been waiting for, just like he did in the previous round as well, because we had seen him playing so well. The Glorious Path was always being used by his teammates, and that was quite important for all the team fights. So the next two picks would be from the side of the curse. So what picks do you think, Mikey, this would be? The marksman or the tank?
I think they can go for the jungler early on, or they can keep it for the later on period. But yeah, they went for the Lucas early on, and I think that's a good decision because otherwise there was a possibility for Team Masters to go for it because he is a pretty good one. Let's say it because the bulkiness, the aggressiveness, and also the damage dealing capability of Lucas is immense. Hilda got picked by Mishima in this particular one. In the last round, we saw how much he struggled against Hilda early on because no matter how much damage he dealt with the Esmeralda, Hilda just went through the bush, healed up, and came back again and saying, "Hit me if you can." So that's not going to happen this time. And when it comes to Team Masters, they are going to go for the next two picks, and we're going to see Novaria getting picked by Forison, but uh, in the previous rounds we saw OP Alien was the one who went for Novaria, and the accuracy was just spectacular. I'm just speechless seeing the accuracy in the first round. And we're also seeing Fanny getting picked, one of the most deadliest assassins in the game. but also the most complicated ones as well. But let's see what they can do in this particular round with the Fanny, because if Fanny loses her buff, she will have issues, and I think the Curse will try to poke around the buff as much as they can. Because just look at these two. They have two particular heroes who are aggressive, who can go full on and stay in fight continuously.
Mhm.
But yeah, they can go passive, but I am just getting a gut feeling that they will go aggressive. And Hash Daddy went for the Franco, so there is a bloody hunt, a suppression on their side, which is a big problem for a Fanny. Just think about it. You're just flying around the map, and suddenly someone is just grabbing onto you and just stopping you in mid-air because they have a suppression in their side.
Experience the
Yeah, you have
euphorious.
to imagine that you might get that bloody hunted somewhere, but for that we have to see that perfect hook from that Franco. So I believe this Franco is confident enough to hook it perfectly, and then we could see the Granger finally getting banned from the side of the curse, and they did not want to keep it open. As you were saying, they probably heard you. So yeah, they have banned it out. So on the other hand, Popa is banning a hero. So I believe that this might be another marksman from them. And yes, with that being said, Irithel is being banned from the side of Team Masters. So they haven't forgotten what that Irithel had done to them in the first round, I believe. This is the reason probably they do not want to see this Irithel once again. And yeah, the last ban would be coming in from the side of the curse for this round, and let's see which hero they go for, because on the other hand, we're not seeing another marksman. So I believe this is gonna be another marksman, or it could be a roamer, or it could be an EXP laner. And yes, they have went in for the Badang ban. In the previous round, if I'm not wrong, they had this Badang banned from the side of team what's
Masters?
the other team, right? Yeah, the Masters.
Yeah.
They had banned out that Badang. So I think that both the team have that potential to play good Badang gameplay. So they have went in for that. And the last ban of this round would be coming in from the side of Masters. And let's see which hero they go for, because there are still more heroes, many
Hmm.
possibilities, and they have went in for that Sicilian. So I must say, even though that Sicilian is nerfed a bit, but that bat fist is something you wouldn't want to face whenever you are being suppressed, because they have a Franco. And if the Bloody Hound and the bat fist came together, that could have been devastating for you. So that's a quiet good decision, I would say.
Yeah, we can say that. And if we talk about Badang getting banned over here, I think Badang with a good DPS build can be deadly after the last patch. But yeah, we won't be seeing him in this round at least. We can see that Spudamon is going for the Nathan over here. Nathan is another amazing marksman for sure because the continuous damage he can deal. He is one of the few magic dealing marksmen out there, and the DPS he has can be really helpful in particular situations, and he can push turrets as well quite easily. And let's see what he can do. But Alion, he will have to, stay on a safer side. But let's see if he can survive and build up his items for the late game. We're seeing a few heroes being hovered over, and already Papa is going for the Jawhead. And Jawhead is a really fun one because he can just throw around any of the opponents, maybe even the teammates, and initiate a fight quite easily. And he is one of the amazing early gamers in the game. But yeah, we can also see Beatrix getting picked from the side of the Masters, who is a very versatile marksman with four different guns. You can utilize them according to the situations you're in. So I think that's a pretty good pick.
Mhm.
But if we talk about the Masters, they do lack sustainability.
Exactly. And on the other hand, we can see that they are hovering onto the Selena. So I believe this is going to be Selena from their side. So there is suppression from their side, along with. Wait, what are they planning for? They might go for Vixana. Yeah, I was just thinking about it. They are going for the suppression, they're going for the crowd control, along with another player with them. That is the guard. The Vixana. calling out that Eternal Guard would be something they wouldn't want to face in any particular situation like team fights or in solo fights, because along with that Eternal Guard, it's 6 players on their side. So I would say that's unfair for any team actually. And yeah, let's see if they are able to pull it out, because if we talk about the overall situation, the whole team looks quite balanced to me, because Novaria facing off that Vexana is something I cannot imagine of actually, because if even if the recalls are precise, accurate, or whatever you call it, if the guard is in front of Vexana, that would be completely west. That would go completely west. So things might just go just crazy around in this particular round. So I am quite quiet in dilemma, to be honest, because I'm still not sure what to predict for any team, who to give the upper hand. What do you have to say about this?
I'm
Which
just
team would
waiting
you
to
give upper hand to?
I'm just waiting to see the Jawhead engage with the Unstoppable Force and the Ejector, because I think that can be a particular game changer in particular situations. Because from side of the Masters, they have two initiators. They also have damage dealers, and Fanny can be a good initiator as well, but there is a possibility of her being cornered out because of the crowd control. So I'm saying Jawhead and Hylos, they can initiate, and Jawhead has the higher mobility, and I think he can roam around, focus on Nathan maybe or Vexana. So that can be the turning points in particular fights. So let's see what they can do. Already, Franco was roaming around, maybe hoping that he can pull off the buff of Fanny, but that didn't happen. Already, Spoodermon is in a pretty low HP, but will survive for sure. He was forced to use his flick in that particular situation. As Daddy is taking up a bit of damage. The Jawhead, in the meanwhile, poking around, but the Lethal Wanderer was secured from the side of the Curse. And we can see in the top lane a bit of a skirmish going on. Fanny will retreat from that situation. Jawhead giving his best to give support to Fanny over there. As Daddy, it will be a bad decision if he goes in. He will retreat for sure. And yeah, overall it is going quite aggressive from early on in this particular round. But we are not seeing any kind of commitments, but a lot of pokes going on from both of the sides.
Have you noticed the rotation they have, the team, the curse? They are moving so well. I must say the team rotation they have is something we cannot go unnoticed about. And in the bottom lane area, they are trying to corner out that Hylos, I would say. And as you were saying, that they are not committing onto anything; they're just poking around. And when you poke around while team rotation, while being in a team, that is quite bit threatening for the opponent
Mhm.
if they are solo. And we can see the turtle is there, a skirmish is going around in that area. I believe there is a competition going
Ooh,
on, but best player got that turtle in the
but was
price of
taken
his
out.
own life. Yeah, and on the other hand, Ranify was being taken down by that Vexana. So it's a one for one trade for them. Even though the curse got the turtle, the fight is still going on. They are trying to take down that Jawhead, but Jawhead, because of the mobility he has, was able to retreat with a very low HP, and I believe he wouldn't be throwing around anymore. He would be very careful.
Yeah, I think so as well. Hilda didn't have her power of wilderness at that moment. That's why Jawhead was able to survive. Otherwise, I think Hilda would have chased him in the turret with that little HP. In the meanwhile, if we talk about the kill score, it's an equalized situation. Both of them got one kills. None of them are able to push any of the turrets yet, and the turret shields are still up. But when it comes to the goal difference, there is a difference that is noticeable, and the curse is in a slight bit of gold advantage, and that is about maybe 5 to 700 goals lead. That is not a lot, but that's a good start because they can snowball it afterwards. And if we notice from the side of the Master Brother, okay,
Oh,
amazing initiation coming out
oh.
from Lucas over there. He just went in the beast form and just went for Novaria and got the kill as well. In the top lane, there's a high possibility for the curse to force a turret. But let's see what happens. Bloody Hunt being used. And with that, Hylos was taken out by none other than Nathan, Mishima will be taken out by Jawhead. The ejector being used to bully him in that particular situation. But yeah, he was taken out as well. It was a good trade for the side of the Curse because they got two and lost only one. And maybe they will get another turret as well. Yeah, along with that, they're getting the turret and maybe the turtle as well because we're not seeing Fanny anywhere near. She's just focused on the bottom lane's turret and yeah, with that. Oh, the astral recall. It
Ooh.
didn't hit in the right moment, but it was pretty close, I must say. And finally, from the side of the curse, it was Lucas who got the turtle. The gold lead is spiking up a lot for the side of the curse. It's just about 5 minutes, and the gold lead is 2.5k gold. So that is a lot, I must say. So the masters, team masters, should buckle up and try anything they can to minimize this difference.
I would completely agree with you on here. Another astral recall used by that Novaria, and finally was able to point out where this Franco is. Another bloody hand coming out. Astral Eco used by that Novaria, but will that be off help? Glorious Path used by that Hylos. Will he be able to escape? But no, Nathan, on the other hand, was able to take him down. So in the end, does it even matter? Because it was
Mm,
Novaria who was being cornered, and somehow Hylos was there to save her up,
Mishima
and
in a
he
corner
had to
situation.
help.
Will
Yeah,
he
Mishima is in a
survive?
corner situation.
Oh my god, the damage coming out from
Nah,
Mishima, but he
nah, nah,
was
nah.
taken out. Again, Hash Daddy taking a bit of damage, but Crimson had to retreat because he was outnumbered in the mid lane. The tier 3 was taken out by Lucas from the side of the Curse, and they are doing pretty good for this side, but let's see if they can, from side of the Masters, they can reduce the overall goal difference. Because I can see that the match advantage is going towards the Curse, but there is a possibility for Team Masters to, turn the tables. But for the side of Team Curse, the
Hmm.
disadvantage they have is that Fanny is a strong early advantage holding hero. So if they are falling behind early game, they will have issues throughout the whole match.
Exactly, and we can see that the curse are rotating towards the top lane area. They're trying to get a hold of the jawhead where the turtle has gone already. And I believe this Lucas would be focusing onto the turtle, not onto the Hylos, because he has his full HP, and that is quite a tanky hero that you would want to take down when you are already in a very low HP. So another mega kill secured by the Nathan over there. Jawhead was being taken down, and in the meanwhile, best player that is Lucas got the turtle. So this is quite the gold lead is getting quite ahead, and it's 21.6k gold for the curse, and it's only 17.8k for the masters. So do you think the masters would be able to overcome this situation before anything crazy happens?
I think there's a possibility, but it's not sure yet. In the meanwhile, a fight breaking out in the top lane. Poppa will be taken out. OP Alien got the kill. We can see Spoodermon goes in. Crimson was taken out by him. Nathan has the DPS, has the advantage, and has the courage to dive in the turrets to get the kill, and he got it as well. But in the meanwhile, in the bottom lane, the tier 2 turret is being pushed by Fanny. But let's see if he can do it or not. And yeah, he got the turret as well, but the overall difference is still quite huge. In the mid lane, tier 2 turret was secured.
Oh.
Randify was taken out. Hash Daddy used his suppression, the bloody hunt, to hold on to him, and that was the end for him. In the meanwhile, if you
Look
look
at
at the
Fanny.
gold, Fan is going for the inhibitor, but I don't think he'll be able to go for it. Rather than that, might be in a bad situation, trying to recall, but she will be cornered out. She will have to rush towards the turret or the base. And
Ooh,
yeah, just look at that. From the
that was quite
enemy's
risky.
inhibitor to your own inhibitor, you just have to rush towards it to survive. And was able to do so, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, he was able to do so. I thought for a second that he would be cornered out by that Franco, by that Hilda over there, but he used his wires properly and was able to retreat from a very, very tacky situation over there. And but if we talk about it, that was quite a good decision to split push like that, because you need to create that pressure onto your enemies who are going very aggressive. And already we can see that Nathan was able to secure that tier 2 from the bottom lane as well. And the Lord is here. I believe the curse would be focusing onto the Lord without wasting any moment. Hylas is trying to provide some vision for his team, but his team is somehow focused onto that Lucas more, and Nathan was the one to take that Lord down. And let's see if Lucas is able to take down that Jawhead. He is
Oh,
trying
the
for a
damage.
long time as Kaliko used by that Novaria, but that was of no use. Jawhead was being taken down by that Lucas, and that Lord would be marching from the mid lane area. So I believe the Master have to hold on to the situation. They have to hold on for more and then defend the Lord and then go in for the next steps they are trying
Mhm.
to plan actually.
But I think there is a very low possibility for Team Masters to hold on to it because Nathan is too fed at this moment. The DPS is
Mhm.
used, the Lord is there, the minion pressure is there, but we're seeing the ejector being used, unstoppable force, but the basic being locked in. Along with that, Hashidati was taken out, the base is being locked, the cursed went for the base. Nathan with the Euphoria just locked onto it, and that was it. The third round goes to the side of the curse, and they are at it again.
They both the teams are going very neck to neck, and as we can see, Nathan was the one to secure the MVP over here because he deserved it, to be honest, because the way he played it, his KDU was 604, and yeah, that's type of gameplay you would want from a marksman in the grand finale. And yeah, we can see the scoreboard that it is now 2-1 for the Curse and Masters. So I believe in the next round, the Masters would be trying to turn the tables for them. And I believe that they would try for a comeback just like they did in the second round. What do you think?
I think so as well. I must say that Nathan did spectacular in this particular one, and he used his entropy in every particular situation where he could, rush towards the turrets or the enemies. The DPS he had, it was amazing. The overall initiations coming out from Franco, that was utilized properly, and I must say he was locked onto uh, Hylos for some reason, and he just used his bloody hunt on him. It's like, I'm gonna take out the tankiest hero out there, and you guys can do whatever you want, but I'm gonna lock onto him, and it worked out. So that's good. But
Go for
yeah,
the
guys,
Vanguard first.
so yeah, and we're gonna go for a very short break. Afterwards, we'll be back with the fourth round. This is the time for a comeback for Team Masters again, because if the Carriers wins this one, they will win the whole match as well. So let's see what happens, guys. Going for a short break. We'll be back soon. So welcome back, guys. It's gonna be the fourth round of the day of the best of five series, the match between the Curse and Team Masters. Already we're seeing the drafting phase is going on. From the side of the Curse, we're seeing the Matilda and Moskov getting banned again, along with the Gadotkacha. And when it comes to Team Masters, we can see that Kalia, Hayabusa, and Van Van are getting banned. The first pick was from the side of the Curse, and Mishima just locked onto the Hilda again, because you can actually go really aggressive with this one, and Mishima did try to counter it out with the Esmeralda, but it didn't work out that well. So he is just going to pick it himself, and I think that's a good decision as well. It worked out in the last round too, Asteria.
And I was talking about Matilda and Moscow. We have nothing to repeat here because I believe if this match goes to the fifth round as well, we will be seeing them in the band phase. And yes, with that being said, we can see from the side of Masters, they have went in for that Farsa along with that Nathan for their side this time. So we will be seeing a new Nathan player over here. So let's see how this Nathan is being played and how he dishes out damage from the Nathan. And on the other hand, the next two picks would be from the side of the curse. So let's see which hero they go for because many options are available here. You can pick for the mage because you already know opponent's mage over here. Also, the marksman is available on the opponent. So you can plan out something for these two particular heroes to face off in 1v1 situation. So I believe that they should go for it, or it could be a jungler as well, because in the later period, the jungler option will be lesser. So they're hovering onto that Joy and onto that Selena. So, oh, there's something new. There is Odette. So do you think this Odette could be a thing for them? But no, they went in for that Selena and the Joy. So they have that mobility in their team now. They have that amount of damage in their team now. Also, they have a bit of crowd control as well. Not a bit, a lot of crowd control, I must say, from the side of Selena. And on the other hand, we can see that they are hovering onto that Phobius. Finally, Phobius is out of that banning phase. Welcome to Land of Dawn, Phobius.
Finally, after getting banned for three consecutive rounds, Phobius was picked. And let's see what they can do with this one. But if we talk about the heroes that Team Curse picked, I think Selena will be a pretty good utility because she can stun the opponents and has a good amount of damage as well, and can give visions throughout the map. And if we talk about Phobius, he can continuously stomp on opponents and just give them bonks out of nowhere, and that can be useful as well. We saw what Nation can do in the previous round, but the player has changed, as you said. It's not Spoodermon, it's Crimson this time. But we also saw how Crimson played with the Granger in the third round. Sorry, the second round. And yeah, he's a pretty good marksman as well. So we're in the banning phase again. Fredrin got banned from Team Curse. Hylos and Irithel got banned from the side of Team Masters. The last ban is going to be from the side of the Curse again.
Let's see which heroes Puderman now decides to ban on, because we can see no jungler have been picked yet, and with that being said, Fanny is getting banned in the previous round. We had seen this Fanny trying to put a pressure onto the curse, and they do not want that pressure onto them anymore. So yeah, that was a quiet good decision, I would say, because if Fanny had gotten a bit of chance, that hero could have just destroyed the base if Nathan had not uh, noticed it. So yeah, they do not want that type of mental pressure, I would say. So the next hero would be from the side of Popa. So let's see which hero they go for. They still have that jungler open. They have that roamer open. So this time I am expecting some new heroes to be played, but Popa once again goes on with that jawhead. So we will be seeing more ejectors coming out from him. And then we can see that they are hovering onto Bruno. Also, Brody, I must say these two heroes are now quite good in the recent matches, in the recent metas. So any of these two would be very good decision, I would say, but they also hovered onto that Melissa. So if we talk about Melissa and her cursed doll, that thing is something that might just burn out any hero around that area. So let's see which hero actually Pudaman goes in for, but Hash Daddy is now hovering onto that chip. So if chip is being locked, the things might just turn out devastating for Team Masters, don't you think?
There is a possibility. And if we talk about Chip, he can be a pretty good support because he can teleport all of his teammates in one particular place for an ambush or a fight, and that is a pretty good utility. Besides that, he can jump around the map using his portals. And yeah, finally we can see the Lucas getting picked from side of Team Masters. And there are a few heroes that we have seen that both of the teams have swapped from one side to another. Like we've seen them play one particular hero in this round, and right now is the other team that's picked that hero. So I think it's going to be a fun one, but the pressure is real for the side of Team Masters because the score is 2-1, and this is going to be the winning round for Team Curse if they are able to get the win. So obviously, to be on an equilibrium, the Team Masters will have to do a comeback in this particular one because this is the last chance they will have.
Exactly. This is the last chance they would have for a comeback because if anything happens, if somehow this thing slips away, the whole tournament slips away from you and the whole dreams will be shattered. All the dreams will be shattered. So I believe the Masters do not want that. So I believe they would want to win this one and they would be showing aggression throughout the whole fight because if we look at the heroes, Nathan is there, Jawhead is there, Phobius, Farsa, along with that Lucas. So they do have heroes that have high damages and also mobility. So on the other hand as well, the other heroes are balanced as well because there is Selena in their team along with that Hilda, Joy, Clint, and then comes the Chip. So both the teams are quite balanced, I would say, but somehow I have this positive feelings about this Lucas and that Phobius combination. So we are already in the land of Dawn, and the players are on their consecutive buffs. So let's see how things turn on for both the teams, and we can see that in the mid lane area they were trying to poke on to that Farsa, but Farsa was able to retrieve that.
Absolutely. And right now we can see a bit of an aggression in the top lane, the EXP. Because Hilda is going aggressive. The Lethal Wanderer, I believe it will be secured by best player from the side of Team Curse, and we might see the first blood being secured by Hash Daddy.
Ooh,
Hi,
oops,
both of them
ooh,
were
boo.
pretty low, but yeah, they didn't give up any of their kills, and that was really, really close for them. But I think there's a possibility of an ambush coming out from Team Curse because we can see Lucas is in pretty low HP and Joy is around there. There is a possibility of Joy unlocking his ultimate over there, but we can see Lucas was able to give off a bit of damage on Hilda. Hilda was taken out, the first blood getting secured by none other than Fudesan, the farsa of the team, and he did pretty good. Lucas is still surviving, but if you look at the level of his, he's still in level 3, whereas the Joy is in level 4. So a slight advantage for the jungler for the side of Team Curse.
Exactly, but if you look at the overall situation, somehow Masters are now doing a great team rotation, and we can see they are trying to hold on to one player before even they commit onto the turtle. The turtle has spawned, and we know Joy is very mobile hero, and he can just dish out damages and then he can move away with the help of his electric bits, and that's something you wouldn't want to face whenever you are in a squishy situation. And we could see how this Joy was actually being notorious for them. So let's see if Joy is able to compete for this particular turtle, because we can see Farsa using her ultimate, but on the meanwhile, Selena gets taken down by the Phobius over there. The fight is still there, and I guess Mishima has to retreat somehow because she is being cornered, and I don't think it will be possible for her to retreat from the situation. Phobius stomping onto her, taking the kill off her. Another initiation coming in from the side of Chip. So let's see if he would be able to retrieve from the situation, but Joy somehow gets taken down. The portal is now playing a crucial role. Jawhead gets taken down by the Selena in the meanwhile. So things are looking quite crazy onto that top lane area.
Absolutely. And Chip went in with the shortcut over there quite amazingly. And I must say, Phoveus with the Infernal Pursuit did deal a good amount of damage on Hilda on top. And Farsa was pretty close to surviving that. But Joy said it's not going to happen now and just went in, dived for the kill, and was successful as well. Feathering, yes, strike
Oh,
being used. OP Alien trying to
oh,
survive but was
oh.
caught in the act. An amazing kill secured by Farsa again. Things are looking quite good for the side of Team Masters. Maybe they will be able to do a comeback. Hash
Oh no.
Daddy was taken out. Ejector was used quite accurately, and I think that was pretty good of an engage coming out from uh, Team Masters. They'll get the turn as well, Assyria.
Exactly, and with that being said, Lucas was able to take that turtle without any type of competition. Now he is going in for that Hilda over there, but I don't think that would be fruitful enough because he has to retreat back. On the other hand, first used her ultimate once again, taking down Jawhead. Okay, Jawhead took down Selena over there, my bad. And yes, the fight is still going on, so let's see if another kill is being secured over here. We can see Hashdaddy trying to commit onto the players, but somehow the damage dealers aren't focused onto him, so he had to retreat back. On the other hand, we can see that Hai is being it is in a very cornered situation, and there is no possibility he would be able to retrieve from the situation. On the other hand, Hash Daddy was being taken down, so a lot of things are going around that bush area of that mid lane. So I would say if things go around like this, Masters would have the upper hand. They might just go in aggressive like they are going now, and they might just come back to this tournament, and the match would be going on to the fifth round, I believe.
There's a high possibility of it because we're seeing that the Masters are doing pretty great over here. They've accumulated 14.5k goals and they are in about 1.5k goals, 2.5k goals lead, maybe no 1.5k goals lead. And yeah, overall they are trying to snowball it as much as they can. They have secured a total of 8 kills and they're doing pretty great in this one. And there is a huge possibility of a comeback. And let's see if they are able to do that or not. Hilda went for the dead dot armor early on, and if we look at Chip, he's going for maybe the Athena shield. When it comes to Clint, he went for the blade of Hepsis, Farsa with the blood wings. We can see Nathan is going with the okay. Okay, he went for the Feather of Heaven, but I'm not sure what he's gonna build afterwards. Phobius with the Radiant Armor, maybe because of uh, the Joy and the Selena. But whatever. Right now, if you focus at the turtle, there is a skirmish, there is a rotation, a bit of a vision coming out from Selena with a trap, and a good amount of poking as well. Hash Daddy is trying to poke around as much as he can, and at any moment when he sees there's a good amount of possibility for an engage, he will use the shortcut for sure. But just look at the damage coming out from Jawhead. In the bottom lane, Clint. Oh my god, he was
Oh
taken
no.
out by Lucas over there. He was probably used his ultimate of the beast form, and that's how he got the kill. Again, a bit of an engage coming out from the
Oh.
bottom lane. Crimson was taking out Mishima. A good amount of engage coming out from the side of Team Masters. But again, the Curse are going aggressive. They got a kill and they are retreating from it. Not overcommitting is a skill that a lot of players need, and both of these teams do have it, and they're using it accordingly. Daddy in a bad
Oh.
situation. Lucas got the kill as well.
Exactly. If I was in the place of Farsa, I would be mad because why did you take my kill? Hashtag. Haha, why did you take my kill? Hi. So we can see this mage is playing a crucial role for their team. Or the range Farsa has is playing positively for Masters, and now they are committing onto the turtle, and there is no chance that Joy would be going there because there is no time left for him, and also he wouldn't be risking it all because there were 4 players from the side of Masters, and that would have been foolish if he even tried to steal the turtle from them. And already we can see the gold lead they had. This is now of 2k almost. So that is quite overcomable if you ask me. But if you look at the total situation, the kill is the master are actually leading in terms of kill. But if we talk about the turrets, both the teams have secured one turret each. And if we talk about the equalization, I think both the teams are in equalizer in terms of this, and there is still a chance for the curse to come back around, and they might just go ahead and turn the tables for them. And for that, I believe that they must show some patience, because I felt that this chip was running out of patience in few cases.
I think
What do you
so,
think?
because I think so as well, because he could have actually initiated a bit, you know, in a better situations. But yeah, whatever engages he did, it did, you know, come out. Maybe it's questionable, but yeah, it did work out after all. I must say, from the side of the Masters, it's Foodison and Popa who are doing the best because they are accumulating a lot of kills and assists all together. They are a good combination, I must say. The crowd control and the burst damage does wonders for them. Already, we are seeing a bit of an engage in the top lane, a bit of an engage by Chip, used his
Oh,
shortcut. There was no way out for the Lucas over there. It was a 1 versus 3. Fovius goes in with the Infernal Pursuit, but Selena just escaped with the shortcut again. I wasn't expecting that though.
say these are the possibilities that might just open up for you whenever you show patience. This is the type of initiation I was expecting from Chip from the earlier period, and that was quite amazing. I would say the Lord has appeared, and we can see from the side of the curse they are committing onto the Lord, and I believe this would be their Lord. And yes, best player has secured this Lord, but the fight has broken down around the Midlands Bush area. So let's see if any player is being taken down. And yes, Joyhead is being taken down in the process. We can see they are trying to dive into the turret, but Farsa used her ultimate, resisting all the players from diving into the turret, and somehow now they are trying to push the top lanes tier 2, I believe. But Chip is still there, Clint is still there, Selena is still there to put up pressure onto the players of Team Masters. And yes, Lucas was being taken down. There was no way out for him, and stomping is something Fovius decided to go on, but he understood the situation that if he moves away from this place, the tier 3 would be taken down from the mid lane, and that would be crucial for his team. So
Oh,
I believe the patience he's showing is something I expect from all the players at this particular point of the game.
I did expect Selena to dive in for the Farsa, but she didn't though. And right now the gold is the gold lead is on the side of the curse, whereas it was the other way around. The Lord was defended quite easily by Team Masters because they have the Nathan with that immense damage and the DPS. The most phenomenal thing about Team Masters is that they have a huge area coverage for their side. If we talk about Lucas and Farsa, both of them have big radiuses to cover, and also Nathan has a good amount of range. Like they can fight from a good amount of distance and they can defend their turrets, and they did. They defended the Lord, and right now still the gold lead is not on the side of Team Masters. Rather, it shifted towards the Curse, and they're about 1,000 goals lead, 1.5 maybe. And yeah, that's a decent amount of lead. But whenever the Curse are gonna be in lead, it's gonna be a bit of a pressure for Team Masters because I will say it again. This is the last chance for Team Masters to do a comeback, to get another chance, to win this one, to be Team Pakistan. But let's see if they can do that or not. This particular round is really, really important for Team Masters.
Exactly, and I believe they understand this situation as well, and that's why they are not overcommitting onto anything. And we can see that Fovius is trying to uh, provide vision for his teammates where he could actually locate where Hilda is. And I think that he won't be going in for that Hilda all alone, because if we talk about Hilda, the amount of damage it can take is huge, and it can just move away from your radius in any moment because of the mobility she has. So I believe that they should go in for the Selena first and then the Joy first, and after that Hilda should be the last option for them, because that thing can deal with a lot of damage and also has a mobility. So you wouldn't want to lose your skill over one hero, particularly just before the Lord appears. And along with that, the Lord has spawned. Let's see which team finally gets to secure that Lord.
I think from the side of the curse, the Selena is continuously throwing her traps around to poke around as much as he can. And yeah, just look at that, three consecutive throws and just randomly to just poke around to annoy them, to force them into it, to bait a fight. I think that's the reason. Because whenever they're at it, Joy can do a split push in the
Another one.
top lane. And yeah, I think they can divert them towards it, and then they can go for the Lord. Maybe that's the strategy they have at the moment. Hilda goes in again for Crimson,
Hmm.
but will retreat because of that interruption. Parsa with the feathering air strike. Again, Spider-Man is down. So from the side of the curse, they don't have their marksman. That is a downfall for them, I must say. The masters, team masters, will try to go aggressive now. They will try to go for the Lord, and will it work out for them or not? That is the question. I think it will. I think it will. The damage is huge. The retribution will be used, but no, Crimson got the Lord over there, and Hash Daddy is in a bad situation. Was taken out by Lucas. The Lord is coming out from the mid lane, and high possibility of Team Masters to go for the inhibitor. I'm not sure about the base because there are a lot of turrets to take care of, so maybe the inhibitor. What do you think?
I believe they might go in for the inhibitors while taking advantage of this Lord. And the thing that is going around, we can see already the Lord is in a very low HP already. So I guess that this thing will be defended. So I would say the players should actually focus onto the onto the tier twos, basically, if, or the other lens, because if they focus onto the Lord, they would just force out a fight they wouldn't want to fight right now. And yes, exactly, that happened. Even though they weren't able to go to that inhibitor, they were able to take down two tier twos, which is quite good, I would say, because that gives you a opening, that gives you the place to move around. So I believe that in the next particular fight they might just go in for the inhibitors, or it could be the base, because we have seen, along with the Lord, both the team were able to go onto the base area, force out fights, and distract the enemies. And then the Lord and the minion were able to lock onto the base. So I'm expecting some same type of gameplay from Masters once again. So let's see if they are able to cope up with my expectations here. I really want
Right.
to see round five.
Right now, for the side of Team Masters, they have about 1.5k ghost lead, which ain't that much compared to it's a 16 minutes match. But let's see what they can do at the moment. I think both of the teams are waiting for the right moment, or any particular one they can, snatch away from their team and ambush. Both of the teams are roaming around in that manner, or they'll try to do a split push. But when it comes to the turrets, obviously the Masters have the advantage over here because they have secured 6 turrets, whereas the Curse have secured 4. And the Curse only have their inhibitors left, whereas Team Masters do have their tier 2s in the top lane and the mid lane. The fight might break out in any moment if any of them engages for an ambush, but if they are not able to do that, I think they'll go for the Lord fight. But before that, there is very slight possibility of a fight breaking out, and there is a possibility of a split push as well from Joy because he's completely focused towards the bottom lane for quite a while. So let's see what happens over here, Asteria.
I believe he might just go in for that inhibitor, but Lucas somehow, I guess, noticed it, and he is trying to rotate towards that bottom lane area. And I have noticed one thing, that this Selena is somehow locking onto that Jawhead, because
Oh, the
every time
damage!
Jawhead is around, oh my god, the damage coming in. But somehow Lucas was
Ejecta,
able to retrieve from the
feathering
situation, but
airstrike.
ejector being used, and then Farsa using her ultimate as well. So let's see if anything crazy goes around here. But even though it started out crazily, it did not end in that way. So we have to wait
Mhm,
for few more seconds more, I believe, because the
mhm.
Lord is there, the Curse are going in for the Lord, and nothing crazy is going around that area. So the Lord would be secured by that Joy as expected, but shut down secured by that Nathan. Mishima is out of the situation right now, so they do not have that bulky hero. So they might just go in for the players of the Curse. What do you think?
There is a possibility, but I must say, in that particular fight in the mid lane, the Masters took up a lot of damage. Because of that, they had to retreat forcibly, and they weren't able to compete over the Lord. Whereas they could have, retreated from that fight early on. The fight broke out when Joy was trying to go for the purple buff of Lucas, and Lucas just dived in, whereas he could have just retreated from that because the Lord was about to spawn. I think that was the turning point. If they decided otherwise, things could have been different. We can see how Daddy being
Oh,
melted down, shortcut being used, Crimson was taken out by Sporomon, again initiation, Selena stunned, Papa, and he was taken out by best player as well. Things are looking good for the side of the Curse and the Masters, even though they have more kills and the goal difference ain't much. They also have the turret advantage, but right now the turret advantage became an equilibrium, and right now the curse are going for the inhibitor, maybe the base. The base is getting
the
locked
biggest
by the side of
block.
the curse. They're going for the kill and also the base. Let's see what they do. The Lord is being
Oh, oh,
defended, but the base is taking
oh,
up a lot
oh.
of damage, still surviving. The Masters trying to defend it. Immortality
Oh my
popping up of
goodness.
best player, continuously stopping the Phobius over here, but Randify was taken out. The base is getting locked. Double kill secured by Lucas, and maybe a
This
triple
is
kill
a
as well.
possibility for Master.
Farsa with the feathering airstrike.
Oh,
Oh my god, what kind of defense was that from Team Masters?
sheesh. That was so amazing from the side of Masters. We did not think that they would be able to defend this thing around. And we can see the minion pressure is still building up around the base area, and Farsa is there continuously trying to clear up the minion pressure for them. On the other hand, they have almost wiped out the curse, leaving the Clint behind. So I believe they might go in for the inhibitors this time if they have the minion pressure onto that area, because we can see Lucas is hovering around that area, waiting for the minions to appear, waiting for his teammate to appear. So I believe tables might just turn around. But on the other hand, Spooderman
Oh,
has
too
respawned
aggressive.
and Selena's choice is there. But Jawhead was being taken down by Hash Daddy. So what what is going around? What is going on?
Again, initiation. Oh my god, best player was taken out
Nah.
by. And again, we can see Randify in a bad situation. He used the Infernal Pursuit, but
Oh,
will
oh.
be taken out. The Immortality was taken out. Selena goes in for the Farsa. The Farsa will be taken out for sure. Clint locks on to Lucas, but Lucas deals a good amount of damage. Frozen was used, but shut down was the Lucas, and that was done by none other than Selena. The base will be locked. This is the end for Team Masters, and we have our winner of this match, and that is none other than the curse. We have finally found Team Pakistan.
The curse has broken their curse, and finally they are now Team Pakistan. So congratulations to them for winning this grand finale and for being the Team Pakistan going on to the next stage, the stage where we all dreamed of. And yeah, that was quite a match. What a match it was.
Absolutely, it was spectacular. From the early on, there was a possibility for Team Masters to win this one, and I must say, even when the Curse was pushing towards the base, Team Masters did defend it quite phenomenally. Like very HP was left on their base, but they didn't lose hope and they just went for it. But unfortunately, it was the end for them,
Hmm.
and they tried their best. But yeah, we have our winner, and that is the Curse. The score is 3-1 of a best of 5 series, and they did a spectacular job.
Exactly. So congratulations to them. They did gift us with matches that did attract us. That did made us feel like hold on to your seat, do not move, and just keep your eyes on to the screen. So that's the type of game play we would want from a grand finale, and both the teams were able to gift us such thing, and none of them actually disappointed us. Even though both the teams tried their best, there is one winner, and we found our winner. So, congratulations once again.
Absolutely, both of the teams showed amazing skills over here, and we were gifted with 4 amazing matches, and it was enjoyable as well. And finally, we found Team Pakistan, and that is the curse. And hopefully they'll represent the country in the uh, uh, they'll represent the country in the regional qualifiers and make us all proud for sure. But yeah, this will be the end, I guess, for today. And we have the winners as well. But it was really fun to see them play today, Asteria.
Exactly. So, with that being said, we will be taking your leave in the casting deck. I was here with you, Asteria. With me was Mikey. Thanks to all the audience who were there rooting for both the teams. Thanks to the players for such an amazing gameplay for tonight, and also to the sponsors as well as the management team for managing everything so perfectly, and also mostly to the players because they are the actual key factors here. So, Mikey.
Absolutely. The players are the one because of whom we're here. And thanks to Pakistan Esports Federation as well for hosting this opportunity for the players to have a stage to represent the country in the upper stage in front of the world. And this is, after all, the road to World Esports Championship 2025. And it was an amazing experience for sure, Assyria.
Exactly. So we will be taking your leave. And once again, in the casting deck, I was here with you, Asteria, and with me was Mikey.